Hello and good evening for the second time. I hope that you can possibly hear us. You probably can't. You probably think we're complete nutters. You probably think we're completely insane. Presently, there is nobody watching us, so
It's not working.
the likelihood is that nobody is paying attention. Here we are. So, do we have anybody coming in? Hello, is anyone arriving? Is there any person prepared to join these bodies in a barn? At the moment, it doesn't look likely. According to my microphone, we are speaking loud and clear. I am shouting into my microphone and I can see it rattling and rolling. Here we are.
There's a little heart came up there.
Yes, so my microphone is loud and clear. You're right. So here we are. Can you hear us? You can hear me. Can you hear my guests?
Hello.
Can you hear Wynford? Hello, can you hear Wynford?
Can you hear us, sir?
Hello again. You might have Wynford might have to have one of these.
All right.
So maybe I'll have to have that one. That limits us, but
what is happening now?
Lee Fern wants to know, am I still banned? I'm afraid, Lee Fern, I don't know why you'd have been banned in the first place, but I didn't ban you myself, so I've no idea why you're banned, but there we go. Mario says, hear you both. Shout loudly, Wynford.
Yucky dog! Yucky dog! But Mario, yeah.
Finn's going to shout yucky dar also, but no, Finn, don't interrupt. Please, Finn, don't interrupt.
He cocked it up last time.
Oh, please don't do that.
So where are we going now, Matthew?
Yes, so where are we going? Enough is enough. Right. I've got to control the person to my.
Are we still in the trench?
Right.
Are we going to get out of the trench?
Yes, we've got Sicilian Rosso, the thing I put on my YouTube, cheap wine. We're drinking cheap wine tonight, so we're having a night of cheap wine, which is a perfectly nice thing to do from time to time. £5.25 from your local Tesco. I'm not promoted by Tesco, and I do not get paid by them. I'm not endorsed by them, but I quite like their cheap £5.25 wine. I drink £5,000 a bottle of Petrus from time to time. Absolutely delightful. But the £5.25 a bottle of wine, very nice. I won't show it too clearly because I might get banned from YouTube for being overly promotional. Right, so Wynford, what do you like to drink on a Monday night?
Well, I will drink everything and anything.
Oh,
especially if it's free.
Oh,
my speciality on a Monday used to be up to
wine.
Hey, no comment on that. I used to like a Tonopandi Labour Club, a few pints of cider on a Monday night. Like we like the old cider.
Now Hillary asks a very important question. It's Monday. Are we having a quiz?
Ooh.
Well, we could have a quiz because we have an Anne Robinson quiz book nearly in front of us.
Well, we used to have University Challenge on a Monday night, and me and the missus and the kids.
But you haven't had a Matthew Steeples quiz yourself.
No.
And we normally do quizzes, Finn and I, with lots of different quiz books. But tonight we might do one from an Anne Robinson quiz book. Now, please, no cheating. Don't go out and find all your Anne Robinson quiz books, but Finn will have to take notes. Now, this will be an interesting challenge because he has managed to do it before, but we will allow him on this one occasion. He is sitting in the background and he is ready and willing to assist with a quiz, but we won't be doing a quiz quite yet. So we need to go through the next topic, the general election.
Well, the general election is a farce. I mean, a farce is an underestimation of the word. I mean, at the moment, whether you vote Liberal, Democrat, Tory, Labour, or Green, it's all in the fucking politics machine. There's nothing, and nobody knows where they're going to go to, what's going to happen, and where anything's going to change.
Well, I am of the view that voting for none of the above is probably the best option in this general election. I'm like Rory Stewart, who today, Rory Stewart, an ex-Conservative
I think
MP,
we just formed the first party.
I know. Well, Rory Stewart could be our figurehead. He could be. We could. I'd love Rory to be the figurehead because I think he's a brilliant man, and I just think the hatred against him and Gary Lineker and all the other good people out there who speak out against Brexit, and I hate Brexit with a passion.
Brexit is worse than Weetabix.
I say bollocks to Brexit. And I have always said bollocks to Brexit. I've got my stickers. I'm sorry I haven't got my sticker on today, but I need some more of those stickers. Mr. Steve Bray, thank you very much, Steve Bray, for your correspondence with me in the last couple of weeks. You've been great fun. And I thought your announcement of the things can only get better at the day of Dishy Rishi guessing also
Ricky Sunak.
Ricky's washout day. Well done to Steve Bray.
Puts his washing on the lane.
Yeah, but we love Steve Bray, don't we? We love, Sodom, Mr. Sodom, and, bollocks to Brexit. You are the best. And I've enjoyed spending time with you since 2016. You have been one of the most wonderful people who have spoken out consistently. You've never been silenced. You've been attacked by the mainstream media. You've been ridiculed, mocked, and for no good reason.
Yeah, that's the job. That's the job.
I say good for you for going out with your megahorn, shouting at them, blasting out with your machine, having your machine bashed up, having your machine stolen, and all your security guards who I've got to know, and all the lovely supporters, delightful people, and wonderful people like Gina Miller. She's standing for herself in as an MP candidate. I don't know quite why she's doing that because but that's her choice. But I do think that what this country now needs is a new centrist movement. We need sensible people like Rory Stewart to bring the Conservative Party back to the centre. We need a real Conservative Party, a Conservative Party that stands for the values of myself and Ken Clark, people like Michael Heseltine, and actually the views of Margaret Thatcher.
No. I'm an old fucking left winger from the valleys, though. But calm down, boy, man. Calm down.
Here we are. We're not quite coming together yet.
A bit of a dichotomy.
We're not quite coming together. We're not quite coming. Hello.
The screws are coming out of the old cabinet at the moment.
We're not quite coming together. May I speak? We're not quite coming together like the couple that is your headphone. We're not quite coming together like the political couple that is Alistair Campbell and Rory Stewart. Quite yet.
Yeah, no.
But we all believe in a centrist.
Well, no, we all believe in a certain way of going on in this life, which is practical, which is rational, which is economical, and which is truthful for the people. That's what we bloody want, Matthew.
Well, we need sensible inclusivity, and we need Rory Stewart type politics.
Whatever. But there's no dicking around about this bloody place. Like there's a lot of shit that's gone on in the world at the moment, and nothing else is going to change it. But I think that we need to put down new parameters.
But what we need to do is to stop the extremism. And
Well, I agree with that. Like, can I?
Nigel Farage, as in garage, and I know you all love me to say it. Farage, as in garage.
We like that.
And a bit of bog off, because you all love a bit of bog off. You've got to keep the headphones.
Well, I can't bloody hear anything in it anyway.
No, it doesn't matter. You can't hear it. They can hear you. It's very important to keep it in. So please keep your
get my ear plug in. Like,
and dear Finn here he's going to be out helping the Liberal Democrat candidate, Jason.
Fucking Liberal Democrats? Who are they?
No, the Liberal Democrat is a protest vote for us. Yeah, we want to support him because we want to stop the terrible Conservative candidate who is an appalling candidate. She is the ex-lover of Peter Bone, a man who is best known for groping one of the staff in a bathroom, a male member of the staff, charming member of MP, and he is no longer an MP. And Mrs. Helen, whatever her name is, decided to stand in Northamptonshire as his replacement. She turned a majority of the Conservative Party of 16,500 into a Labour majority of 7,500. She is the village idiot. Councillor Helen Harrison is not to be trusted with your vote if you live in East.
Come on,
do not vote for this dreadful woman who has no link to this constituency. Shame on her, and shame on the Conservative
If you say that, you would say that for everybody who's standing for anybody.
Other candidates are available, but I will say the only protest vote I shall be doing here now, I was going to put none of the above. But I met the local Liberal Democrat candidate, Jay Singh, perfectly nice gentleman.
The Liberal Democrat.
Well, he is better than Polly Billington, the Labour candidate who works for lobbying firms to do with energy companies. I don't think that is a highly appropriate thing when there are wind turbines sitting like 20 meters away from my window. So therefore, I am going to support the Liberal Democrat candidate.
Matthew, this is a party political broadcast.
Yes, we're going to
go to party. You know, I thought we should talk about art and the environment and what's going on and the people on Thanet and Medway and bloody Rochester and down here, like we all talk about.
Okay, well,
talking little politics all the time.
We're going to move along shortly, but we're going to have to deal with this local matter first. So I do think that the local Conservative candidate deserves throwing in the bin. I think the Labour candidate has a lot of questions to answer. The Liberal Democrat, perfectly nice gentleman. And, I will vote for him reluctantly because I've already told him that I don't approve of his views on rejoining the European Union.
A train has gone off the rails, like a train has gone off the rails.
I want rejoin. I'm exit Brexit. I'm bollocks exit Brexit. That is all I ever believe in. That is my primary.
I'm Superman. I'm exit Brexit man.
No, I'm not. But you've seen all my stickers.
Join the exit Brexit man.
Anyway, on a more positive note, now because all the disruption, I don't know where the telephone device has gone.
Got a bit confused though, Matthew. What's the matter with it?
The telephone device was next to me. Where is my telephone device?
We've got a bottle of wine now. We're all right, but don't worry about it.
Here we are. We can't look at the telephone device. Where is my telephone device?
I know a friend in the corner has evaporated. He's been captured by the Klingons.
Yeah. I love the Klingons.
See, that's got him back going like that.
Nicola says Matthew for PM. Well, that's very kind of you to say, but I don't think I'd be much use. I'd be as much use as a chocolate teapot, but there we go. So moving along, I'm starting to gargle. Take a sip. Gargle on what? There we go. Megxit, now Brexit. Okay, if you want to talk about Meghan, it has been announced today that Samantha Markle will be bringing another court case against her sister. Samantha has been in touch with me this very morning, and it's now evening in England, but she was in contact with me to talk about this matter. And I say, bloody well done her. Stand up against that menace. And as her father is about to turn 80 in a few months, the daughter, Meghan Markle, Megan, should jolly well know her place, learn some respect, and apologize to her father for her appalling, gross misconduct. That is all I want to say on that topic for now. But maybe many of you will come back to me later with questions. I can see. There we go.
Can we talk about some nice paintings or some sculptures or something nice going on?
Nicole thinks we both need to visit a hairdresser.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Nicole. But I don't ever like visiting hairdressers. I don't like barbers. I used to have a wonderful barber, but he's not available now, so I don't go to any other barbers, and I don't really care what other people think about my hair. So I'm going to let it grow long.
So what does Nicole think about what we are saying at the moment?
No.
Has it all gone a bit flat now?
No.
Have we got something more to say about what's going on in the world at the moment, Matthew?
Well, yes, we've got to move along on our topics. So our next topic, that is...
Scotland are out of the World Cup. What do you think about...
No, we want to talk about art. So
I like to talk about painting and what a beautiful day it has been in Broadstairs and looking over the sea towards France.
Yes. Okay, well, we've got a question for you, Wyn. What do you think of the new portrait of the King by the wonderful artist Jonathan Yeo?
Oh, I think we talked about that before.
We've already done it before.
But
what do you think of what happened to it when it was attacked? Even though it was quite rightly protected.
Yeah,
it was completely protected.
There's no need for that. The boy's done a good job.
Absolutely wonderful.
And there's no need for that. But then again, these things happen. If you take your plaster off too quick, this is what happens.
But do you think that it was correct that these people from this Just Stop Oil would attack a picture in a gallery?
That's daft.
So what did you think of them attacking Stonehenge the other day?
Well, I think they improved. I think they improved it really.
Well, they didn't use that. They used non-toxic.
Oh yeah, a bit of spray paint on those old stones that been for about 90 million years.
What about the lichen?
That's all.
You don't care about that.
No. They're making their point. Fair dues.
But do you think that is necessary to attack monuments?
Attacking a monument, but a bit of spray paint on it. That's not attacking a monument, is it really? But I think they're making their point made, and I'm all for them, making a point.
You entirely support the.
But spray paint on Stonehenge.
Do you support the Just Stop Oil movement, or you?
Well, I think all fossil fuels are doing tremendous damage to the earth, to the environment, and you can go far back, not far along to the burning of the Amazon rainforest. Everybody knows how difficult and how tragic is happening to the earth. You can see all the fires in, California, in Greece, and everybody thinks, oh, this is just going to go. It's not. It's getting worse, isn't it? They hang about now, boy. Cut down on the carbon emissions, but innit?
So
end the story, innit?
So what would you do instead?
Well, there's a lot of things you can do instead. You don't have to base yourself on carbon fucking deposits all the time. The world kept going on without mining, this, that, and I come from the Rhondda Valley, this, that, and the other way. And, you know, the tragedies that coal has made with human lives, this, that, and sacrifices. Do you know what I mean? There's you can have a cleaner planet without digging up coal, but, innit?
But there we go. So what do we? So we just think the future.
Well, you got wind energy, you got creativity with the mind. You know, you could harness the tides. You could it's all within man's imagination.
Well, we have some questions coming in.
We're coming in.
I've never seen France from Broadstairs or Ramsgate either. We tried Folkestone, but we don't live there. Have you seen France?
Well, are you talking about wind farms? Like,
I don't know. Glen Hall, that's what he asked about. Okay, well, Glen Hall's question is not something you wish to answer. Mario Garcia, a local, says Stonehenge are older than the pajamas. I think he means pyramids.
Well,
he says,
I would like to jump in his pajamas.
So, Mario, we love your funny little interlude. That's made us laugh. So, Stonehenge is older than the pajamas.
Mario's pajamas.
Okay, so Mario and your pajamas, we think. Excellent. Right. So
full of hieroglyphics.
Jones wants the Just Stop Oil lunatics sent to the Canadian Arctic vacation this winter.
That's a good one.
Mario says we can see France from Broadstairs regularly. Bloody spell check again, he says. Harriet says, what's the point of the butterfly? Mario,
is that on the king's shoulder?
Yes, that's the butterfly.
I think the butterfly represents.
It was a significant.
Yeah, it's a symbolic movement of metamorphosis from a prince going to a king.
Yes, and it's a wonderful thing, and I think that the painting is delightful. And I did have my telephone device.
Yeah.
Somehow somebody has moved.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're on the rock and roll, Matthew. All right.
I can't see it. Is my phone device in the vicinity?
So we want more questions, more symbolic questions like that.
Yes, more questions. And meanwhile, we shall move along. What do you think of the Jay Slater story? What do you think of the Jay Slater story? The man who disappeared up the mountain in Tenerife.
Has he been found yet?
He hasn't been found yet. No.
Well, it's like that
an odd story.
But then again, it's like the other guy who went missing and the heat exhaustion. You know, I mean, everybody goes walkies. Like, was it Mad Dogs, an Englishman, go to
the English sun?
I know, and it's a terrible thing to say, but I mean, if you go out there unprotected in 46, 70 degrees, like, well, it's terrible.
It's the new Nicola Bolly says, Hey Tigers. Well, I think it's all very odd, but I do think that the public overreaction is a little bit odd also. Right. But I have to say, the curious elements of this story are the fact that this young man was dancing around a nightclub with no shirt on, and he'd lost his bag. And the bag is supposedly significant if you hear the recordings. And then he goes off to an Airbnb, which supposedly to drive to is only 1 hour, but if you walk there, it's 11 hours. I don't know how that discrepancy can come about. I find that very odd. The Airbnb with two black men, who nobody seems to know who these two black men are, including the woman who owns the Airbnb, who spotted the young man wandering the wrong way up the hill. Well, what is the wrong way up the hill as opposed to the right way up the hill? That is something else I didn't understand. There are many matters of this story that don't make sense. But Mark Williams Thomas is sticking his oar in, as he did with the Nicola Bully story. I have met Mr. Williams Thomas when I spoke at CrimeCon, I think 2021. He stood next to me, and he is a man who rather likes the sound of his own voice. Now, I'm going to let my guest have his view on the story. What do you think happened to this young man?
Well, I mean, I think it's a tragic tale. I think he got lost and the heat exhaustion and disappeared like that. I mean,
So you don't think he will be found?
well, if he will be found, but
it's too late.
It's too late. The people don't realize the extremities of the heat walking in those hills. I mean, when they tried to find that other guy, who found it, even the dogs couldn't go out there. The dogs were suffering from an heat exhaustion. I don't think the boy's going to be found at all. I hope he would be. Obviously I would be but
Mario says the young lad had a naughty past. Well, he did. He was allegedly he attacked someone with a machete, along with other.
So is he saying he got bumped off type? I don't know.
He was a convicted criminal. If this is the truth. Now, I have seen the newspaper article concerned, and it comes from a reputable newspaper. But it's whether it's the same person, because there could be someone of the same name. Now
but I don't think a 19-year-old walking through those hills with unprotected would survive that long.
Nicole thinks it sounds very much like Shannon Matthews. You remember the woman who hid her baby under the bed?
Yeah.
Her child under the bed and pretended they'd been kidnapped, and it's the mother is to blame because of all this GoFundMe
whatever the scenario, it's going to come to light soon.
Well, Glenn Hall says, Matthew Steeples, you are a superb judge of character. Well, thank you very much. For once, somebody actually believes in me. That's very kind. Thank you, Glenn. Harriet says, did you know Michael Mosley? So sad. Well, I did not know Michael Mosley myself. I'd never heard of him until he died. Poor man. Very sad. But he walked down a mountain and got lost, and he was so close to being somewhere he could have been saved, but he didn't quite make it. And that's a very sad state of affairs, because clearly many people valued him and thought he was a wonderful gentleman. So I don't know. I can't talk about his case. I can't really talk much about this case, but everybody who is writing to me wants us to talk about it.
There's not much evidence on it at the moment, Matthew.
No, but there is the evidence of the machete thing.
But that's hyperbole. That's hyperbole.
The other thing that makes me curious is the fact that the young lady has multiple spellings of her name. The girl who was last seen with him, and she seems to be the one organizing so much of this, Lucy Lay, or whatever her name is, Lucy Lai, whatever her name is. She doesn't now. She's not now. She won't face the camera. She turns her back on the camera and only will speak without being seen. Very odd. I find that most curious. I think there's something curious about her, but I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I think this boy probably just got lost and walked up a mountain and got
heat stroke.
Or the other simple answer to this question is he went off with two very dodgy people
and got
who were involved in the drug business. And something dodgy has happened. Because this Lucy Lay has kept on saying that she believes he is dead. She actually has said this repeatedly.
So how does she know he's dead?
Precisely, and that's very curious. So anyway, we will move on from the story because it's not a story we can answer.
No.
It's not something.
And it's very and it's terrible. It's terrible for the parents.
And what people shouldn't do is encourage further speculation.
Yeah, we don't.
I do hope that the young man called Jay Slater will be found safe and well, and that he is reunited with his family. And I do hope that this story is resolved satisfactorily, because nobody should ever wish upon anyone an appalling thing. to happen.
Well,
So
here.
let's
Here.
say
Here.
we hope that Jay Slater is reunited with his family.
Yes.
I know that many of you listening will be very appalled and say, oh, well, he's an evil person. But no, I hope he is reunited with his family.
Yes.
So that is all I have to say.
Move on, but
Next topic. So what would you like to talk about next, Wynford?
well, I would like to talk about what's happening with
drink.
what's happening with the beaches in Thanet. Have they been cleaned up?
Well, the beaches in Thanet. The beaches in Thanet are completely overcrowded at the moment. I would pour you a drink, but I'm going to have to let you do it yourself. We are having to be improvised. We don't even have a barman here. That's how much use. Finn doesn't even fulfill the role. We have to do it ourselves. So anyway, we've got to do it.
Anyway, I always walk around the coast from Margate to Broadstairs, and I always walk past that big pumping station in Thanet, and I always say that all that poo goes out into the sea. And have they resolved that problem? No,
I don't think so. I'm sure not. But Finn likes going swimming in the sea.
I do love going.
We
all love swimming in the sea.
And it's amazing because Matthew and I today we were in
a little
Broadstairs, and we were looking at the
sea,
at the little pool. And Matthew said to me, "Oh, when the sea goes out, the little pool be full of fish, or is it full of shit? Like, I mean, who knows? Like, has it worked?
Cigar fish.
Well, I don't know. There's
nothing wrong with a cigar fish.
No, it's a local.
Anyway, so the local fishing, the local fish that go into this swimming pool. I just fear for those poor fish, trapped in all that sewage. It's not very nice.
Well, have they done their job? Have they cleaned?
The water companies have not.
Well, now we're on an issue.
We're on an issue.
Yes.
Now, where is Polly Billington?
Yes.
Hello, Polly Billington. Yeah. We're speaking to you directly tonight. Polly Billington, you won't be listening to me because you're probably too busy doing something else in your election campaign. Or Helen Harrison or Jay Singh. We've met you, Jay Singh. You seem like a nice gentleman. Reform candidate. You didn't even bother to send me a leaflet. Green candidate. Well, if you sent me a leaflet, I'd be very disappointed because, frankly, Green candidates should not send leaflets to anyone because you meant to stop killing trees. I don't know what other candidates there are available in this locality, but what are you going to do about the poop in the sea?
Pollution in the sea.
Pollution in the sea in this area.
Yes.
And equally, to every other candidate of a coastal constituency, we'd like to know what you're going to do about the disgusting thing in the sea. Now, I'm going to take it further because I used to spend a lot of time in a place called Hay-on Wye. Yeah. Hay-on Wye is one of the most beautiful rivers. Yeah. The River Hay is a lovely river. It's sadly the most polluted river in Britain.
Really?
Hay-on Wye, the place that has the literary festival that attracts the likes of Hillary Clinton and, even Charlotte Church, the voice of a screeching angel, as whatever you want to call it.
Hang about, no, but hang about. I know she fell out of a tree a few times.
She fell out with them last week. She tried to get her funding stopped.
In the evening when the sun goes down.
Nobody wants Charlotte. Charlotte, the voice of a siren, more like the screaming Lord Such.
Screaming Lord Such, we like that.
But Hay-on Wye is the most polluted. It's the most appallingly. The River Hay is the most polluted in Britain. It's disgusting.
When I was little,
this river, people I know, they used to take their children in there in canoes. You cannot go in that river now.
I mean, the pollution comes from the valleys, from all industrial cities in the Midlands, all the way down through Kent, from the paper mills. All our rivers have been polluted. All of them have. And none of the major parties have put a blanket policy over that to keep them clean. None of them have.
No, don't kick the thing, please.
None of them. And it's like without reservoirs, they only tinker around the sides without reservoirs. But
Anyway.
none of the major parties have done any policies to keep our rivers clean.
We have to, but the river there that's the one of the worst. But anyway, so it's everyone is saying it's great to have us back. Now we can move on to other topics.
Oh well, is it Billy Smart Circus?
Have we some questions for Wynford, please? I'd like some questions about
the Welsh artist, painter, poet.
I know we should have asked this
musician.
in advance, and I should have sent out an email, but I didn't think about it because.
But I'm sure some people will be brave enough to send us a few questions.
Right, so come on, send a few questions, and meanwhile, we need to think of some other topics to talk about.
Well, is it sending another man to the moon? Do we want to send somebody up into space, or do we want to go deep down into the oceans? What do you want to do, Matthew?
Well, Harriet thinks the voice of a screeching angel is funny. Win, wine, or gin?
The lot.
Would you like win, wine, or gin, Finn?
Well, we're all partial to a glass of gin.
Finn, win, wine, or gin?
See, one of my favorite artists. Oh, well, I think the guy who did Gin Street. The guy.
Did you like the statue of Her Majesty and the Corgis?
Well, not really, but Hogarth was one of my favorites. I loved Hogarth with his political sentiment, the way he spoke to the people.
Mario has to leave because he's got a meeting of his rugby club.
Well, as you do.
As you do, Mario. Well, thank you. We say thank you for your presence, Mario, and we hope to see you at the fundraiser, the event tomorrow for the BBC.
For
local community hero, Graham Barnes, who is
will be banging on the old piano again, like
yeah. So we hope to see you at the BBC event.
And when that fails, he'll be pushing it out into the sea and fishing from it.
White Zinfandel and Edinburgh Gin. Okay. What do we think of the Jay Slater case? Well,
we talked about that.
We've already covered that, Aled. So thank you, Aled. That's very kind of you to ask a question, but on this occasion we already refer you back to our previous comment.
What do we think about people who are not going to vote in the general election?
Oh, that's your question.
Yes.
Oh, right. So my guest is now asking questions back to the audience.
Yes.
So
that's a cracker, that isn't it?
People don't. Well, okay. Well, I'll give you my answer. Yeah. I think if people who don't vote in the general election should be fined. I think there should be an automatic fine. I would say there should be brought in a fine, and it should be at least £1,000.
Look out, boy.
Matthew's
off, boy. Yeah. Well, it's compulsory in Australia.
Yeah. No, if you don't vote, you should be fined.
Yeah.
You can have a postal vote.
Yeah.
There are plenty of ways to vote.
That's right. But
and I got very upset today when somebody complained. I can't remember who it was, because they put up a picture of a young boy who had put up a picture of him posting his vote, and they said, "Well, why is he doing this?" I said, "That's perfectly acceptable. If he wants to do a postal vote, it's better than doing no vote. I'd rather have somebody do a postal vote than do no vote. Or if I want to go to the voting station and I want to write none of the above, that's my protest."
Yes.
Now, I don't like the people who don't vote. because they are the people who always come out and go,
Oh, give you all the fucking bullshit, like,
fence
innit?
was ruined.
Yeah.
The bin truck hit
But did you
my-"
vote? No.
No, we never voted. We don't ever vote for anything because we don't like voting. I cannot stand people like that. Now, I say if you don't vote, you should be fined £1,000.
Fucking why not? But
Because that would put a stop to them doing it. If you made it £20, they would never. It wouldn't matter. They'd still not vote. If you made it £100, some of them would vote, but the majority wouldn't. If you made it
get them out there,
£1,000,
boy.
they'd all bloody
All the
turn up.
lives were lost to get a
Our
fucking
lives
vote.
were lost,
All the
so,
thousands
yes.
and thousands of lives are lost for that.
And Mario's lady friend, June loves Boris and June loves Brexit, and you all know who she is because we've done programs together. She said exactly this, and I stand with June. We should make people fine them at least 1,000.
Yeah.
Because there's no point fining them 100 because it just won't make any difference. You've got to make it a number that makes a difference. It doesn't matter whether you're rich or poor, but £1,000 is, if you're rich, it's the price of a lunch. If you're poor, it's your rent for the month. So, fine these people £1,000. Let's do it.
Well, job on, but we like that. But we like that.
Right. Vote for the Monster Raving Loony Party.
If they were still about, like,
So says Billy B.
Yeah. Everybody on the left-hand side of the party should walk on the left-hand side of the road.
It's very charming to find.
And everybody on the right-hand should walk on the right-hand side.
Well, we have the lovely Aled, Pritchard. I can't think of a time that I've disagreed with Matthew. He's fantastic. Well, I say cheers to you, Aled.
Well done, Matthew. But
I'm very happy to know you're Aled. I hope you will come and pay us a visit in Broadstairs. You would be most welcome here because I do like people who agree with me. I do also like people who disagree with me, but it's great to have people who have good brains, good sense. Well done to you. Cheers to Alan.
All of what? Yucky da, but
Yucky da. Right, next question.
It's all gone quiet now, man.
No, it hasn't. Please tell when Hogarth's Rake's Progress has been taken down from the Soane Museum.
Oh.
It can be seen by appointment twice a week.
Why is that?
That's disgraceful.
Is it
I love the Soane
Is
Museum.
it polluting people's minds?
The Soane Museum is one of my favourite museums.
Oh, I tell you what, that man is in my heart. He was a beautiful artist who characterized the people on this planet at that time. Like, he was a marvelous, beautiful artist. And don't forget, he helped, with the hospital in London and the bloody working out the Royal Academy. I love that man's work. I really do. Gin Street, Beer Street, and,
Yes, right. We're going to do a quiz.
All right.
Now, Finn, are you? Oh no! Don't kick the bucket. Right, we need.
What's happening now? What's happening? There's loads of things coming up, Martin.
Have you got some? You've got paper there.
Yeah.
Have you got a pen?
No.
Can you find? There's one there somewhere.
Someone's coming up with all these bloody bits and pieces.
Right. We're going to do a quiz. Harriet. Oh, Harriet wants. Is Harriet available to do the quiz? Because then Finn won't have to do the quiz. The glass, it might fall off. Right.
All these bloody things going up, Matthew. What's happening?
I know, we've got to get going. Points win prizes, precisely. Before I start, I'm going to pour myself more wine. That's a good idea. Here we are. This is a very disorganized matter.
Oh, it is.
You'll have to just keep it over there. I wouldn't leave it there.
Oh, it's all right. Don't worry.
I'll give it here. It's like dealing with a child. in both cases.
Come on. I think there's a lot of people out there want a few
Wants a quiz.
questions answered. But
Right. Are we ready for the quiz? Harriet will help with the quiz. So Finn, you don't need to help with the quiz. Oh, well, you're going to join in. Right. Okay. Question number 1. Are you ready? Are you steady? Have you got a beverage? Harriet will help with the quiz. In 1960, Nan Winton was the first woman on BBC television to do what?
Weather forecast?
It was not Cilla Black. Generally, we get many answers of Cilla Black. The winner is Nicole with. The winner is not Nicole with Cilla Black. Sorry, I do apologise. It is Jake Withy with Read the News. Jake Withy gets the point. Finn, write that down. Jake Withy gets 1 point. Harriet is also writing this down, allegedly. But we're going to rely on Finn to see if he can write this down. Jake Withy gets 1 point. Question number 2. Does the USA contain approximately 5, 15, or 20% of the world's population? No, the answer is not Anthea Turner. The winner with 5% is Simon Coates. Simon Coates gets 1 point. 1 point to Simon Coates. But it is not Anthea Turner, no. Anthea Turner and Cilla Black do get. You have to.
I'm going to go for a wee.
Oh. Well, you can't leave during a live broadcast. We have guests on our channel. Leave it. Off you go.
You'll carry on.
Come on, off you go. Yeah. We have a guest leaving during a live broadcast. Finn, you're going to have to come and sit in. Put your computer down. You have to sit here. Bring your notepad. Oh dear. No. You've forgotten your notepad.
Why do I need it?
Because you're keeping notes on who won the.
Oh, that.
Yes. Oh dear. I do apologise, dear viewers, but he's just appeared against.
Oh, marvellous.
Here he is. Here's Marvellous Finn.
Marvellous.
Sitting in.
Too right.
He's sitting in.
That bloody time someone recognised you.
No. Don't make a racket. Right. Question number 3. In science, what C is used to speed up chemical reactions without itself changing?
Chemistry.
The answer, Simon Coates, is catalyst. Yes. Then you mustn't try and answer questions. You are meant to be taking notes. You're meant to be Debbie McGee. You're not meant to be joining in the quiz. Because that's a cheat to other people. Right. Question number 4. In the title of a Shakespeare play, what creature is being tamed? Such an easy question, but it is not Cilla Black, no. Alec Pritchard wins with the shrew. Alec Pritchard is very quick. Right. Next question. Who is the designer who established the Habitat stores in 1964? Well, I knew him very well, but you don't seem to know this. Meanwhile, they ask. Alan Pritchard gets it first again with Conran. Though Simon Coates said it correctly with Terence Conran. But I think we'll go with. We have to go with the first answer. In film, Kathy Bates starred as the unsinkable Molly Brown in which James Cameron movie? It was not misery. It was not misery. It wasn't hammer. Allard Pritchard gets yet another point with Titanic. Allard Pritchard, you are steaming into the lead. You are not sinking like the Titanic. You are rising to the top. All right. So, in which country was the model Claudia Schiffer born? She's had a curious past. I won't say any more. The answer, of course, Simon Coates gets the point with Germany. Oh dear. So Simon Coates is coming back in like the Atlantic against the Titanic. There we go. What is the name of ground almond paste used in cake decoration? The answer is marzipan. Simon Coates gets there first. Simon Coates is storming into the lead. Inside the European Union, what is the highest mountain range? The highest mountain range in the European Union. Simon Coates gets the point with Alps. Another point to Simon Coates. You have to. You go anyway. You've done it. You've now given too many. I'm training him in point scoring. There we go. We do have fun all the way along the way with all these games. Right. I will remember that. Which flower has a Latin name meaning little sword because of its leaves?
Daisy.
It is not the daisy, no. It's not the lily. No. It's not Himmler.
God, this lily.
It's not the poppy.
The sword. So it has sharp leaves.
It is the gladioli. Yes, I can
Jeez.
accept the gladioli. Simon Coates gets one more point. Right. Which metal is most commonly found in liquid thermometers? No, it is not Michael Barrymore. He is not a liquid and he's not found in thermometers. And Harriet says Simon is in the lead. Yes, we do agree. Thank you, Harriet. No. That's Harriet saying it's in the lead.
Harriet.
Yes. The answer is Mercury, and the first person to get the point was Simon.
Another point, Simon.
Yes, Simon definitely got that point. What V is the hardening of rubber by heating at its higher temperatures with sulfur? Simon gets the point with vulcanization. 1 point to Simon. According to Nicole, Wynne is giving birth to a traffic warden. Wynne?
No.
We believe you're giving birth to a traffic warden. That was the analysis of our guests. You'll have to sit here for now. Right. The next question.
Yes.
In sailing, what's the term used when a boat follows a zigzag course?
Tacking.
You're not to give answers.
Oh, sorry.
To sail in a direction from which the wind is coming. The answer is tacking, and we won't accept any answers because our guest has ruined the question. I do. We have an apology, a full apology from Wynford Vaughn Thomas, so we will be discounting that question. Right. The next question: name the Australian outlaw of the 1870s who became famous for the homemade armour he wore during his robberies. Pipfield gets the point with Ned Kelly. Pipfield wins a point. Well done to Pipfield. Which English city would you find between the rivers Plym and Tamar? That's an easy.
Jesus. That sounds quite difficult.
It's a very easy question. It is not Jimmy Savile.
Oxford?
The answer, Jake Withy. Jake Withy gets it, Plymouth. It's certainly not Jimmy Savile. I know you like Anthea Turner, Jimmy Savile, and lots of other things, and Cilla Black, but I don't think that Jimmy is a city. Thank God. In literature, who wrote verses and stories for his son, Christopher Robin? Who is the author? It is not Karen Brady. No. Dildo flogging associate Karen Brady is certainly not in that realm. Simon Coates gets the point with A.A. Milne. Another point to Simon Coates, Finn.
Yes, okay.
Right. Yes. In the animal kingdom, is a vixen a fox or a rabbit? That's a pretty easy question. Pipfield gets the point with fox. Pipfield. Alex Salmond. Well, the salmon fish. We've also had the sturgeon fish. We've also had other fishes available. Resigned as leader of which UK political party in July 2000? The SNP. Well, Simon Coates gets one more point. You're a very quick off the mark young man, Simon Coates. I will say that. And your penultimate question, in which event did Jason Quealy become Britain's first gold medalist of the Sydney 2000 Olympics, shooting or cycling? Jake Withy gets it with cycling. Jake Withy is a cyclist, obviously. And name the author is the final question of the 1932 classic novel, Brave New World.
Aldous Huxley.
Yeah, it's wrong.
Shut up, Finn.
Yeah.
You've ruined it. So then that's another question we don't count.
Yeah, exactly.
We can't count the question now that you interrupted. Very
Do
naughty.
anything, it's fucked up.
No, naughty him. I do apologise for the interruption of the question by Finn. So who is our winner? Harriet, please tell us who our winner is, because Finn will probably say it is Simon Coates. Wouldn't you? Who is our winner, Finn?
Simon Coates.
Simon Coates, according to Finn.
10.
Yes,
Simon
according
Coates.
to Harriet and Finn, Simon Coates is the winner.
Well, there you go.
You are not the weakest link, Simon Coates. So we don't need to say goodbye to you. We wish you happiness galore, sir. And now we're going to swap seats again, and the two of them are going to do a turnabout. So we can have a continuance of our conversation. And here we go. But Finn did a remarkable job as a quiz host. He makes Debbie McGee look like an amateur.
What do I do?
He could have been, the new substitute for dear old, Debbie. That would have been a wonderful thing for him in his life, I'm sure. I'm sure he'd been delighted to have replaced.
Right.
So, yes, a cup of tea with Debbie McGee. Yes, we all need one of those. That's for sure. We definitely don't. But Finn is doing very well as the quiz host. He's only ruined 2 questions, so we'll train him up for our next episode. Maybe he'll only ruin 1 then.
I ruin more, it'd be better.
Oh, let him have his say. Let him have his say.
Oh, now he wants to ruin more.
At
Right.
least the reward will be free.
Oh.
Then there'll be a
So
revelation.
where are we? Where are we now?
No, we know now we need to move the conversation along. I think we've done enough of this.
So where are we now on the European political table regarding Brexit?
Where are we on the political table? Well, if
It's-
the moron Starmer gets in, let's sit back. I want to lean back a bit so just relax. Oh, I need more cushions. Can you get me more?
You definitely do.
No.
So, oops.